for projects is
very important news here, and this is stuff you need to pay attention to. Very important dynamite from breaking news on the United States new crypto regulations. Take a listen.
stored and shared and built on, any GitHub account that contributed to Tornado Cash has been deleted. Now imagine you're a developer and you've programmed for 100 different protocols which all do good for the world, and also you also wrote some code for Tornado Cash. Your GitHub account has been deleted. Their Discord account has been deleted. Their website has been deleted because no hosting service wants to host a sanctioned entity's domain. It is absurd. I cannot believe that we're actually talking about this. That's how absurd it is. It's so absurd that it's actually unbelievable.
It's absurd, but it happened and it's real and it's going to have tremendous ramifications here. So, Steve, what are the consequences of having regulatory action against a smart contract? What does this mean for the future of DeFi?
Yeah, so Ran has hit all the hot points over here, and if you can see when I talk about Tornado Cash, I hope you can see the smoke coming out of my ears over here, because when I read this last week, I simply did not believe that this was true. So let me add some color to the very concise and articulate description that Grant did. The Office of Financial Asset Control, OFAC, who put the sanctions on, has a series of lists. If you go in there onto the US Treasury website and take a look, you'll see a list called SDN, which is the Specially Designated Nationals, and you'll see 2,000 pages of name after name after name after name. None of those people are ever visiting the Grand Canyon, and into there has been inserted a bunch of addresses. It is the first time ever that OFAC has sanctioned something that is not connected to a human being. They have sanctioned a piece of neutral code. Never been done before.
And the Bitcoin price, the XRP price, it's the same kind of thing, just in a different consolidation pattern, right? You're consolidating after a power move. This is the target, and what's led us to understand from way back in the day where this price action was going to go, and why I thought this was a multi-year bear market, at least 15 to 21 months, but more like a year and a half to 2.5 years. And you can see now why, from the old all-time high back here, right? Using the old power move in 16 and 17 in that bear market after the blow off top, it took about this long. And I think we got till about next, and this is a crypto insider, we got till about old Vincenzo's birthday in 2023 before I think XRP hits a bottom, and before I think some of the cryptos start hitting bottom. I think we got another 12 to 14 months left, which would make it a 2.5-year bear market, nearly a 3-year bear market. And that's about how things go in crypto when you go from bull market to bear market. And that's why I've been telling you and been advertising since back here in April. Where was April at? April of 21, that this blow off top was the start of the bear market, a multi-year bear market. And nobody else believed that, because after that big pump down, you got a lot of relief rallies and some coins made all-time highs there, or local highs. XRP wasn't one of them, and you can see where we're at now, and you can see where I think in a volatile up and down fashion, where I think you're going to sit for an extended period, and you can see that's coming in right into our, this comes right in to our beginning of our max accumulation zone, or the beginning of our accumulation zone, right? Look how much time that I think we're going to have in here to get some great accumulation. And orange is where you start, and then anywhere in red or where it overlaps, you do your max accumulation, right? And you can see it's plenty of time, and usually there's about a year's worth of time almost that you can accumulate in between both of these zones, at least 6 to 7 months. As you can see right here, you had a solid last time. Primarily, you had almost a year, but you had a solid 140 to 153 days where each and every day you could have picked up some XRP down there, right? And then if you look back in the chart back here, you had a solid 173 to 180 days every day you could have bought down an accumulation zone, right? And that's where I think we're going to next. And this would make perfect sense that you get a solid Look at that. 170 to 200 days in your in your accumulation zone, right? So that's where I think you're going in the XRP price, and that's what I would be paying attention for over the next 12 months to 15 months as we start to try to find a bottom. And then not when you find a bottom, it takes a while after you do your final bottom to kind of start to form a rounding bottom. You get a big flush, then you get a big spike up, and then it takes a lot of choppy time to get that rounding bottom, to get the buyers to steadily incline you before an acceleration to the top side. And that's why I think it's going to take another 12 to 15 months before you really start the bear market. In about 10 months, 8 to 10 months, we'll bottom, and we'll be in that bottoming pattern, the rounding bottom pattern, right? But until then, we got a lot of downside, but a lot of great spots to swing trade, to make money, to trade that volatility, and to get on each dump a great averaging into our price. Like if we drop 30% from 37 cents, as soon as it does that, if you've been a long-term hodler and you haven't bought a position yet, or if you own positions that you want to average down in, that's how you do it, right? And that's what I think is going to happen. Peace and love. Peace and